the stories, all about how our Knights came in and pumped up the crowd. And we'd like to take a minute, just pull up a chair, tell you all about the week on Inside the Lair. Rehearse and rip up the stage, and our athletes work hard and know how to play. Singing out, working, drumming, all cool. You hear the bands and the choirs repping our school. When a couple of guys thought up something good, started making videos in our neighborhood. If you ever miss a game, don't get scared. Catch the recap with Kirby and Blair.
Good afternoon, Night Nation. It is Wednesday, September 11th. And you are Inside the Lair with Kirby and Blair. He's Kirby, I'm Blair. Lots going on here at the castle as we get into the swing of things here, week 2 of school. And Kirby, lots going on with both of our football team, volleyball team, and our soccer teams.
Right. And it's no better time to watch Inside the Lair, Blair.
No.
All right? The weather is terrible outside.
Yep.
It's sit down,
Hunker down,
spend 15 minutes.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, please.
That's right. But let's talk about football to start here, Blair.
Yes,
we went
football.
to Cotter, played on a great field at Winona State, nice turf field, and boy, did our speed really show.
Oh, it did.
53-0 was the final score, and it was just an excellent night as many guys were able to get on the field. But let's just talk about a couple things. First game, Cleveland.
Yeah.
0 yards rushing allowed.
Yep.
Against Cotter, 14 yards rushing allowed. All
If
right?
you don't know football, that's really
That's
good.
pretty good. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. So our defense, again, shutout. We've only allowed 1 TD this year. But let's talk about some offense, too. Luke Berg didn't have to throw much. Okay, he only threw 5 passes, completed 2, 33 yards. Both were to Tate Erlinson. I can tell you what about Tate. Nobody can stop him on a quick slant. The kid's got phenomenal wheels. He's got quick feet. Watch out on a slant.
Yep.
And then we ran the ball really well. TC only had 8 carries, but boy, he had 101 yards on those with three touchdowns. And the Johnson boys, they were running with their heads cut off out there. And Josh had a few that he broke and couldn't quite get in the end zone, but his brother got his first varsity touchdown.
They were both a big mismatch for Cotter.
Yes.
Cotter was very uninterested in being physical, and they are so physical when they come at you. Cotter didn't have an answer.
Well, we used TC and Schmidt to go outside, and they widened out, and all of a sudden fullbacks going up the middle. And Jed got his first touchdown. Congrats to him. Josh Schmidt also with 2 touchdowns of his own. And then Bray and Evan Brossard, Bray Olson and Evan Brossard, both scored their first varsity touchdown. Congratulations to them. Bray Olson is so good at running inside the tackles.
He has been the silent kind of leader of this running back trio that we have. Schmidt and TC are getting kind of the bigger runs. But it's Bray who's kind of getting that 4 to 5 yards that's keeping the chains moving. I'd really like to see it. Touch back on Luke really quickly. Luke, the numbers weren't great, but he had a really good game. As solid as week 1, he continues to be a stabilizing force with this offense and a good leader in the huddle. I really like what I'm seeing from Luke.
Oh, he's learning too. He floated one to Casey down in the
that's
middle.
Going to happen in
and
high school
they
football.
intercepted
Absolutely.
it. He learns from it. Okay, you got to be coachable. And like you said, Bray, he's so good at going from left to right. He's not just a downhill runner. He knows how to change directions so sneakily. He's kind of a little slippery back in there.
Not big, but elusive.
Yeah, and he pulled off some 30-yard runs
he
too.
Did.
And give the hats off to the line as well.
But to see all those younger kids get in that game in that second half, to see like Layden Earson play the second half at quarterback, that's experience that we can't take away from those kids ever again. And to play on a nice field on a beautiful night, it's a memory, so it's great.
Defensively, we had, I think, a couple fumbles that we got, and we had some guys get interceptions. Tate Erlinson had a pick, juggling ball that was knocked in the air, and he caught it.
Almost went all the way with it.
And then Bray, playing safety, snuck up on a deep pass and took it away. And then Tanner Engelstead had a really nice read when he got in there in the second half and picked off.
Good effort, and it kind of leads up to this Friday night when we come back to the castle.
Here's a few pictures.
Oh, yeah, let's take a look here.
Here's Berg getting the troops ready to go. Clay Stevenson on the end there. Our line did a fantastic job, over 300 yards rushing. Here's TC on one around the end, and he looked fast out there around the edge on that turf
And he's
field.
not afraid of contact, which is really a good attribute to have.
And here's Bray again, inside the tackles. He's just slippery. He just bounces.
And Bray did a good job, but look at the line, in the line play here. Look at that hole. I could have gone through that hole eating a sandwich. I mean, that's a huge gap. So
That's right,
I mean,
right.
that's why you're successful. Is this line is playing really good right now.
Yeah, let's keep another one here. Oh, this is Tate on his slant, extending the ball. And I got to give the hats off to these special teams. Here's a couple of the special teams guys. They have a goal each time they kick off. We start at the 35. All right, they don't get past the 35. Got it. All right, next time, let's not let them pass the 30.
Yep.
They did it. Next, not let them get past the 25. They kept getting better on that. I'm so proud of them for it.
And
here's
Eddie,
another one,
the backup,
the kicker.
field goal kicker,
Yeah.
comes in. Kevin gets hurt, and I think he was 1 for 2 on extra points, but did a nice job. And it was kind of an impromptu type of thing, so a lot of pressure there.
Let me clear some of these off.
Yeah.
Kind of-
You know, I was kind of disappointed though, being down at Cotter. I was looking all over the place for Gabe Kaplan, the original Cotter. I want to say Mr. Cotter, but
Right.
he wasn't there. Go figure.
Let's move on to this week, Blair.
Yes, L.A. Lewiston Altura comes to town. They have ended the night season, the last 2 seasons in the playoffs. Those games were both at Lewiston Altura. However, they make the trek now over west to see us here in the Castle. And, you know, we've seen the film. This could be a pretty good matchup. It could be a pretty good night.
Well, top 10. They are ranked in the top 10.
Yep.
I don't know if that's because of their past seasons and they're still getting love for it, or if they're really that good. We'll see on Friday.
Yeah, it's early on.
They beat Medford by 3. They beat Waterville, Legion Morristown by a touchdown, I think. But these are different. This is a different team compared to the last 2 we saw. The last 2 in Cotter and Cleveland spread you out,
Yes.
get the ball into space. These guys are pound it and run the ball and then sneak in a quick pass.
Yep.
But they want to pull guards, trap our linemen, and it's going to be a different version of football. The question is, are we going to be tough enough? The last 2 years we haven't been. Are we going to be tough enough to
Up here, tough enough, I think. is
and
the key.
physically.
But
Okay?
physically, but physically, it's high school versus high school.
Right.
I think the winner of Friday night is the team that's stronger up here.
Okay, I like it, and it's going to be a good game. Hopefully,
It's going to be a
run.
great game, and be there, get there, support this team. This is a game that could be the difference between a home playoff game and an away playoff game.
Let's move on to soccer.
Yes.
We finally got a picture of the soccer team. They are taking
look
on
great.
Byron.
There they are.
This is a boys team. Okay?
Yes.
We've got a few boys from KW. I see Louis Brimehurst on the picture there. I see Michael Pliscott. Is there any more? I'm not really recognizing.
No, not on the
anybody.
varsity, and this is a varsity co-op with Hayfield and Triton. They go under the Triton name. These guys commute down to Dodge Center every day for practice and games, and you know they represent our school really nicely. First varsity season for that program as a full-fledged boys varsity. So now they're really acclimating themselves. I think it's been about 3 years in the making.
2 years, I think you have to be in a JV setting.
Right.
Then you can go.
And they were co-rec 1 year too.
That's
so
right.
fun to see them kind of expand, and hopefully we get some more KW kids wanting to play.
They play tomorrow at Byron.
Okay, good luck to them.
Yes. Speaking of tomorrow night, the girls team will play. I shouldn't say the girls team. The volleyball team will play Zimbrota Mazeppa. But let's recap the last week. They started with Pine Island last Thursday. Pretty dominant sweep by our girls, 3-0. We won that game. And then last night, of course, was the game. A lot of people were kind of circling on their calendars. We ended up getting swept. I didn't listen to it on the radio, but I know that it sounded like we started out hot, and then we kind of fizzled there at the end. So let's just take a look at some pictures from last night. Here's Allie Peterson trying to pass the ball off to one of her setters. Here's Juliana Boyum doing the same thing. It looks like we had some really good crowd down there, some student sections that was down there. Kaya Johnson, the libero this year, senior. And then finally, let's see who else. Megan Matson. This is from the Post Bulletin. So thanks to them.
Photos.
Thanks to Jeannie Matson for sending those to us as well.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what about this match. You lost, and that it stinks to lose.
Yep.
But I'd rather lose on September 10th than at the end of October or the early part of November.
Right.
This team plays an extremely difficult schedule by design to get themselves ready for the postseason. So don't sweat this loss. You can improve upon it. You can learn from it. And this is a team that is going to Castle Manderville is going to make us better in the long run.
And here's something else, Blair. This was before we played Castle Manderville on yesterday. The new rankings came out, and we
started.
We went from 1 to 2 in the 1A rankings. And we didn't lose, and we beat 2 top 7 teams. How did that happen?
And next week we'll probably be out. We'll probably be receiving votes. No respect, and that's the thing that I just don't get is if you're number 1 and you're undefeated, you can't be brought down.
Right.
You know, I don't care if the other team played somebody good. I just
Right.
whatever. But you know what? Rankings, they're on paper, and
Right. We got to prove it too.
you got to prove it on the court. So a lot of season left. This is just a blip on the radar.
Next home game is tomorrow versus the Cougars. Okay.
Take it to them.
Right, and then they go next Tuesday to Bethlehem Academy. That's always been a good
Really a
rivalry
big
of
one.
our,
Yep.
of our volleyball team. So, thank you to Amy Rath this week for giving us
Yes.
those football pictures. We want some
Robin
videos
Brimehurst
too.
for some soccer
right,
info.
Robin Brimehurst. And we want some videos too. Anybody that wants to take videos during the matches or during the games, events,
Yeah.
give them to us.
We love it. We love all that stuff, and we would be remiss not to mention the 18th anniversary of September 11th today. Make sure that you take time to thank a police officer, paramedics, firefighters for all their service and all they do for our country and for our communities here. And hopefully our world will someday be a safe place. But interesting to think about being 18 years ago and think about where we think how different things are. So
I was 16 years old. I was down in Mr. Brown's room when I first walked in that day in trigonometry class. It was on the TV in the corner of the room, and everybody was just didn't talk, just sat there and watched. It
I was
unbelievable.
25, so
So-
I'm a lot older. But
Hey, one other thing to mention. Friday night is also Parents' Night.
Parents' Night.
Parents' Night for the football team, 9th grade through 12th grade. Parents' Night.
And that's a great time to salute those parents. So God bless America. God bless the Knights. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And we'll see you next time on Inside the Lair with Kirby and Blair.
See ya.